What's good, YouTube? It's your boy NYC Mike, man, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. Y'all already know what it do, man. Today's video, we are on the It's Complicated channel, and basically this channel, you feel me, they go around, they interviewing, talking about modern dating and, relationship advice and stuff like that. So today, we got masculine, feminine presenting, rules of modern dating and understanding women. It's complicated. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we gonna hop straight into it. But y'all already know what to do, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And most of all, make sure you turn on those post notifications so you get notified when I make a new video. You get what I'm saying? So, boom, we gonna hop straight into it.
Ooh, depends on the situation, but my mind goes gay men immediately.
Why is that?
I think Hollywood has shown us that. Hollywood has portrayed the gay man as flamboyant, gay best friend, shopaholic. So in my mind, I think coffee, I think Starbucks, I think cheeseburger, I think McDonald's, I think gay man, I think Hollywood best friend, girlier than me.
Gay men definitely. They take the cake.
Why?
Because they're trying too hard. They're trying to be feminine. And women are already feminine. So it's an act. And I mean it's an act.
That's true. That's true. And you already know it's going to be a lot of LGBTQ members that are going to be mad at what she's saying. But she's speaking facts. It's an act, bro. It's an act, bro. You got to understand, bro. A gay man will never have the same level of femininity that is just naturally dormant in a woman. A gay man would never even come close to it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, she's speaking facts, man. She's speaking facts.
Because they have to act like a woman.
Exactly.
Who do you perceive to be more masculine, straight men or butch lesbians?
Straight men.
Why is that?
Again, it's kind of perception. It's what Hollywood has told us, what society has told us. But I think straight man, and I think caveman type, adjusting his whatnots in public. A butch lesbian is like the android version of a straight man.
What does it mean to be masculine or feminine?
I think that's changing. Perception is changing. I think any gender can be feminine or masculine. I don't think there's terms on it necessarily, parameters.
What is the difference between...
And that's the problem. That's a problem. You feel me? It's not okay for a woman to be masculine. And it's not okay for a man to be feminine. You feel me? This is why we have gender roles. You get what I'm saying? But then, of course, you have some people out here that don't believe in gender roles. They think it's, nonsense. But it's not. It's how society has moved on since the beginning of time. This is how society has always been. You know what I'm saying? Since the times of where the cavemen were... Why do you think that the cavemen went out hunting, getting the food, killing, fighting, and doing all the crazy, vicious things, right? While the woman, they would stay home, take care of the children, the offspring. They would cook, clean, etc., right? That's how it's always been since the beginning of time. So I don't understand why people of now, in today's society, in today's generation, they make things like these, or they look at concepts like these and make it seem as if these things are just unnatural and society shouldn't be like that. When it is because of society being like that is how we were able to progress the way that we did. You get what I'm saying?
Masculine and feminine energy.
Oh, that's a good question.
What?
That's
That's
a good question. Yes.
Alright, feminine energy is more like accepting, I would say, like more engulfing, and like masculine energy is more like take charge, I would say.
I would say feminine energy reminds me of I think of the color pink. I don't know why. Okay.
Let's see. Masculine, I think, for me, would be someone who looks like they have a big build, or either they're actually acting like a man and actually taking care of themselves like a man and their family like a man. Now, feminine could be both. And it doesn't mean that, actually, it could go both ways. Because now, I was just telling someone, like, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be tough, but I have to be because I don't have a guy.
Why can feminine be both, but masculine can't?
Because men will probably, even if they're not gay, sometimes they will, see stuff from a woman's point of view if they are in tune with themselves. And a lot of men who protect women understand femininity.
When two lesbians go out on a date,
That is true. That is
who
true.
pays?
The one who asked the other one on a date.
When a woman says she's tired of dating men, why do they often end up dating a woman who looks and acts like a man?
Maybe they still want the masculine energy, but they want to try different genitalia.
Why wouldn't a woman just prefer to date a feminine man than a masculine woman?
Because if they still want that masculine energy, a feminine man may not have a lot of masculine energy, may not have more masculine energy than a masculine woman, if that's what they're desiring.
Because with women, you get more of an emotional concept. Women are gorgeous. I mean, have you seen women? We have all of the parts that men lack. And even though I may dress and act like a man, I may be the one to open the doors and pay for dinner, I'm still a woman deep down. I still have the emotional depth. We could sit all night.
Okay, at least see, and I like that. I like that she's keeping it real. She's not being in denial. She's still acknowledging the fact that even though she acts like a dude, she's still a woman biologically and to the core. She is still a woman. You get what I'm saying? She still has woman tendencies. You get what I'm saying? So I like that she was able to acknowledge and admit that. You feel me? Because, most females are so delusional and in their feelings most of the time. They never want to admit certain things. So I like that she's taking accountability and stuff. I like that.
For 8 hours completely naked and talk about our feelings, and nobody's sexualizing the other person. We're just being sensual with each other. You lack that with a man.
Don't a lot of men have the parts that women lack?
Yes, but I can attach my parts and choose their size.
If a woman is bisexual, does she hold her girlfriend to the same standards she holds a man to?
She should.
Why would any woman want to be the more dominant one when the submissive one gets to show up and be spoiled?
Because dominance has its own things. People like dominance like to be dominant because they get something from it, just like a submissive person does.
What do you get?
From being dominant, I get spoiled just as much. I get to see the joy on my person's face when I do things like open doors and buy dinner and help out around the house. It surprises them, and I love it. I love serving my person. Dominance, really, you think submission is serving, but dominance is serving.
If women are always right, how do lesbians settle arguments?
Rock, paper, scissors, and I mean that in the most literal way.
Do you believe in the concept of gaydar?
Bruh.
Yes.
What are the characteristics of a closeted gay person?
Oh, for the boys' side, if he listens to Cher and Madonna, 100%. I don't care if he wears pink, that's not a tell. But if he listens to Cher, if he's gonna watch Mamma Mia with you, he's gay.
What about for women?
If they're checking me out.
There really isn't any way to tell someone's gay without.
Nah, it's
gay
easy
by,
to tell.
like, the way-
Listen, let's not listen to what he's saying. You feel me? He just sounds like he don't know what he's talking about. I can always tell when a dude is gay. You feel me? It's not hard to tell. I can always tell. Feel me? Their demeanor, by the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they carry themselves. It's not that hard to tell if someone's gay. It really isn't. It really isn't. So let's not entertain this idea that it's hard to tell. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
way that they walk, or like if they're wearing something like I'm wearing, like I'm bisexual, and like I want people to know that. So like I'm not gonna wear like a typical like straight male like alpha male outfit, like I'm gonna like present to the world that like, hey, like I'm bisexual, So like yeah, so like it's in like the behavior, like the mannerisms of speech, clothing wear.
Why are gay people more aware of how their clothes and behavior present to the world than the straight women who complain that revealing clothing shouldn't get them unwanted attention?
Huh. That's a confusing question.
Do you want to explain it, or do you don't understand it?
I guess I understand.
What I'm saying is, like, okay, if you're a lot of gay men will dress a certain way because they want to let people know that they're gay or bisexual.
Yeah.
They wear like kind of feminine looking clothes, right?
Definitely,
A lot of butch lesbians will like smoke cigars and like get a certain haircut that presents them as more masculine, so people know that they're more of a okay?
Yeah.
So your image matters.
Yeah.
So basically, dykes. Basically, dykes. You know what I'm saying? It's basically dykes.
Okay, your image matters.
Definitely.
So once again, why are gay people more aware of how their clothes and behavior present to the world than the straight women who complain that revealing clothing shouldn't get them unwanted attention?
Well, because if you're gay, and let's say like you're a guy, and you want to be perceived as a woman, then naturally you have to dress more feminine. You know what I mean? And then for women who are always dressed a certain way, or that's their typical way of dressing, they feel like they shouldn't have to be bothered because that's how they should be dressed. You know what I mean?
Doesn't your image define who you are?
To an extent. To an extent. So
He
like
said
if I'm like sagging my pants,
to a
and I have,
certain
like a flag
extent.
on my back pocket, like you're gonna know, like, okay, that dude's a gangbanger. But if I don't wear a belt that day, and my pants are sagging, then maybe my pants are just loaded. Then you know what I mean?
A few years ago, everybody agreed on simple principles, like gender, for example. All of a sudden, these ideas became complicated.
Why do females do this, bro? Why do females do this right here? Y'all see this, man? Where my mouse is at? Why do females get piercings, like, on their lips, on their nose? Like, why? There's nothing, like, attractive about that. There's nothing cute about that. You get what I'm saying? And then she got, like, a neck tattoo, and then she, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could just tell that she's, like, one of those... You know what? I ain't even gonna go straight into it, but I just don't understand why females do that. I don't get it.
Controversial, and sometimes downright confrontational. What do you think happened?
I think that it was like people not being upset that other people don't feel the same way that they do.
That might fall into the entitlement category. I don't know. I think that might be entitlement of, I want to be special. I mean, gay rights has made huge leaps and bounds, and if you want to do whatever you want to do with your sexuality in your life, and that's fine. And if you want to be treated equal as everyone else, that's cool too. But I don't, necessarily agree with having to put all these labels on all this craziness. Like, that doesn't make sense. You're either a male or female. Like, I'm not a doctor, but it's pretty easy to tell.
Exactly.
Do you think it's okay to label people?
No, not at all.
If it's wrong to label people, why do some people get offended if you don't refer to them with the right pronouns? Isn't that labeling people?
Well, I guess you label and you refer to people the way they would like to be labeled and referred to. You don't give them labels yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, they're labeling themselves. Like, if they get upset that we're not saying the right things, they can just let us know. And, like, then we'll tell them the right things. But, like, if we don't know what they are, then we're just going to assume what we see,
I kind of got to ask you this question because I think it's funny. In the acronym LGBTQ, how did they decide which letter came first?
I think that maybe is women's entitlement for the lesbian women's act. I don't know.
Yeah.
So could it
That
be?
sounds cool. So I don't know if QLBT sounds very cool.
So could it be because ladies first?
Very, very well could be. Ladies are always first, though. That's never gonna change if you're a gentleman.
Why are women so welcoming of the gay community, yet so quick to shame a man as gay when they don't get what they want?
Who does that?
Well, a lot of women will attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want.
Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay, so if they're their friends, they're probably not going to want to hurt their feelings. But if it's someone that you're dealing with, you want to tell them the truth. And you want to make sure that they understand what you want.
A few years ago, everybody agreed on simple principles, like gender, for example. All of a sudden, these issues became complicated, controversial, and sometimes downright confrontational. What do you think happened?
The world is becoming more, like I said, it's like more people are being indulgent, and people, the laws are changing for one. You have a lot of people that are out of the closet, and it's a lot of media. There's a lot of television that shows and promotes it. I mean, be gay if you want to be gay, but we don't have to see it on every show, and pretty
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I agree, man. Yo, bro, it's like in every movie, bro, they always try to make like some of the main cast either gay or lesbian. Like, I think in that previous movie, Nope, or something, or whatever it's called, I think one of the female cast members, like, they just had to make her a lesbian. Why? What was the point of that? Like, why does she have to be lesbian? Why is that like such a big factor in the movie? I don't get it. I just feel like that was just unnecessary. Like, why y'all like, what? Why is she lesbian, bro? You get what I'm saying? But, I don't know. I'm going to just end the video off on that right there, because the video is getting kind of too long. But, yeah, man, y'all already know how I feel about this stuff, man. I like these street interviews that he be doing, man. It's very interesting and funny to see how a lot of people in day-to-day society really think about these certain topics. You get what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, that's the end of the reaction. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. You feel me? Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you turn on those post notifications. You feel me? And I'll see y'all on the next video.